Right, today's video, I'm going to be answering two questions that I keep getting asked, like on Instagram and in previous videos and stuff. First question is, Calvin, are you annoyed with the guy that sold you the car? Is this like, has he stitched you up? What have you said to him? What is he saying about the whole deal? And the second thing is, the second thing is, how much did it cost to fix the Rs6 when the engine went wrong? Literally love the sound of this car. You know what's funny? As I was just filming there, an RS3 just flew past and it overtook like a Jag or something. It looked like I was having a little bit of a race and it was chipping. So I might have got a clip of it. If I have, I'll show you. Water first, hold on. It's hot again today. The weather's all over the place, isn't it? What else was I going to say? I was going to say, if you're new to my channel, hit subscribe. I upload a video every Wednesday and Sunday at 6 o'clock. Hit the bell icon to get notified and give me a follow on Instagram at Calvin's Car Diary. Now, for the purpose of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a little drive. I'm on my way to work currently, and I thought, you know what? Let's film a video en route. So I hit the road and I begin explaining what's going on in my mind about them two questions. All right, let's go. You know, before I go anywhere, the bloody parcel shelf. Let me just sort that parcel shelf out. Just put it over in here. It's so annoying, man. Let's just quickly sort that out. Yeah, 1 second. You must always undo your window. I'm saying I've got the keys in my hand, but you don't want the car locking itself. I've had that happen before. Car locked itself once and down. That's it. Right, start again. So we're currently in comfort mode. The car starts up in comfort mode. A bit annoying that is, because you kind of want it to start in dynamic mode, so then the valves are open on the exhaust and it's just all a lot more noisier and more leery. So what I do as soon as I get into the car is I switch it to, I don't actually put it in dynamic mode, I put it in individual modes, because what I've got is I've got the steering on comfort, because I prefer that, and I've got the suspension on comfort as well, because, you know, I like to chill out and go fast in comfort. So the exhaust, as you can see, the valves are open and it's in dynamic mode. So I've got the noisy dynamic engine, the dynamic throttle response, so you've got that as and when you need it, and you've got the comfort of nice steering and suspension. Now, the subject on hand today, the Rs6 broke, yeah? So I bought it, had it for about a week, and it broke. And yeah, not ideal when you just buy a car. And you know how much energy that I put into buying this car. Like, I was going, I just gotta get words out, Calv. You know, I need to sort that camera out as well. Let me just, don't look too level. Let's pull over. Handbrake on. Let's level that up a little bit. Yeah, that's probably a bit better there. That's alright, isn't it? So, yeah, that's my gym bag in the back, by the way. Gym, haircut. It's Friday. It's Friday in my life. Friday's always a good day, isn't it? It's got that nice sort of feeling about it. So what, I'm going to go this way today. Phone. I'll ring you back when I'm finished filming, yeah?
Okay, bye.
Bye. Right, video. Yeah, I had my hair cut, went to the gym, blah de blah. The questions anyway. So yeah, the RS6, I put all this energy into buying this car, and it was worthwhile energy because just make sure that's filming, because I've had plenty of camera dramas lately as well. So far so good with this video. I put a lot of energy into it. I looked at an Alfa Giulia Quadrifoglio, I considered an Audi Rs6, M3, went through all these realms of buying this car, and I eventually, well, in fact, I got offered this car at the time that I was looking for a new car. So I thought, you know what, that's perfect. And the guy that offered me this car is my friend Luke. He's also a YouTuber. His family are kind of in the car trade. And he said, Calvin, we've had this car come in. In fact, I'll tell you the full story. I think I've briefly touched on this story. The fella that actually owned this car before me, so the one owner that this car's had from new, other than me, he passed away, okay? So he is no longer with us. I've mentioned that in a previous video. I don't know the ins and outs. I actually don't know the guy personally, but I never had any dealings with that guy. He is a friend of Luke's family, okay? So I want to kind of clear up that there was definitely no negative intentions from that point of view with this car going wrong, okay? There's no way that it was ever intended that the car that I'd been stitched up. And then you might now think, well, hold on, Luke and his family had this car, and there's a chance that maybe they knew that Calvin had that this car had his fault, and Calvin was going to buy it, and so what, just get the money off him and let him buy it. And I am 99.9% certain that that is definitely not the case. They're a decent family, good morals. Definitely, I wouldn't say they choose money over morals either. As a rule in my life, I don't choose money over morals. Morals are always the first thing in line, and I believe that they're definitely like that as well. And the reality of this car going wrong is just what happens with cars. Used cars, especially ones that have been tuned, it happens. On top of all of this, the other factor, or the other thing that I want to mention is the deal with me and Luke when I bought the car was, it's a trade sale, and like, they're in the car trade, I'm also obviously a car trader, and when you do a trade deal with another trader, it is sold as seen. And I run a car auction, so I know fully the ins and outs of buying with or selling things with them terms, okay? When something is sold as seen, it literally means it's sold as seen. Now, I got in the car that day and I filmed all of this as well, you all know that. I filmed a collection video where I picked it up and just showed you around the car, and then I filmed my first drive, and it was genuinely my first drive. I got in it and I drove it for the first time ever, and that journey home that day was about 2 hours long. And on that journey, I sat in traffic, I drove it hard, and I enjoyed it. I got the most out of this car the whole way home, and it drove beautifully. Now, can I now say that after driving a car for 2 hours, driving it hard, and like I say, getting putting it under some pressure, can I then say, oh, it's gone wrong now, can I have my money back? Now, I think that's completely unreasonable. There's no way was I going to speak to Luke and say, Luke, I'm not happy, I've driven this car like hard, and it's gone wrong. There's no way I was going to do that. But Luke did actually message me and say, Calvin, if there's anything I can offer to help you with the car, let me know. And I was like, no, listen, I know the deal with buying a trade car. That is the deal. And sometimes there's kind of a bit of an unwritten rule in the trade where if you buy a car off another trader and it's a wrong un, then you sort something out with each other. But in this case, I'd bought this car for myself. I wanted the car. I was still excited about owning it, and I thought, you know what? Let's just see it through. Let's get it fixed. And I was happy with it. I was quite okay with it breaking. And I thought, if one day I go to sell this car, which I will undoubtedly, well, at least I know that I've had it all properly checked and it's all fine. It's all fixed now for the next person that gets it. So many points here to make. There's so many things to talk about. And do I feel angry? Nah, I don't feel angry whatsoever. I'm not bothered. Like, it's annoying. It's also annoying for Luke and his family that they'd sold Calvin his car, and they knew fully how big a deal this was for me, and it broke. It bloody broke, and it was a major problem as well. I say major problem, we'll get onto that in a sec. So no, I'm not annoyed, and yes, cars do go wrong, and if, like me being a guy that runs an auction, if I had have gone back to Luke and said, I want my money back and I want you to pay for this problem, I'd be a bloody idiot, wouldn't I? Because in theory that would put my whole business in denial, because that's how I run most of my let's quickly talk about that. I run two sides of my business: the trade, Binker Trade, and Binker Retail. The retail cars, you pay a premium for them, they're more money than our trade cars, but with the retail cars we offer you finance, you get a warranty, the cars get prepped, and they're done to a higher standard to our trade cars. But if you want a no frills sale, you just want to go there and buy it and get no warranty and no service, and you know, like, the car's not going to be prepped, you can do that, and it's sort of each to their own. Some people prefer to buy like that, some people don't. It's really a personal thing. And with this car, when I bought it, it suited me down to the ground that I'd got offered one through another trader, and it was trade money, so I got it cheap. And I took the chance when I bought it that if it was going to go wrong, then I'll take it on the chin, and I fully did. I was like, yeah, that's fine. It's broke. It's a seriously big problem, but I took it on the chin. Now, let's talk about the problem. So I drove the car for a little while, and one morning I jumped into it and went to start. It's outside the gym, actually, parked outside the gym. I got into it, it wouldn't start. I was like, what's going on? It's not bloody starting. And behind me there was an old couple with a dog, a little tiny dog, and I'm looking at them thinking that when this car starts, it's a noisy car, and I wasn't really looking forward to them feeling the grunt of the engine starting. But luckily it didn't start, it wouldn't work, all right? So I kept trying it, and then Leon was there with me as well. I was like, Leon, it's not starting, what's going on? I eventually got the car to start. I don't know what happened, but it just decided it wanted to start. But when it started, the throttle was stuck on, and honestly, I nearly blew this dog away. I started the engine, the noise of this car, I'm sure you get the idea, right? It's louder now than it was then because it's got Armatrix downpipes, but it was still extremely loud. If you don't believe how loud it was, or don't realise or don't know how loud it was, go and check out my first drive video. It was proper loud. And then it run like a bag of nails. It was like that was a bad example, wasn't it? You get the idea though. 8 cylinders, one of them was down. It didn't run too well at all. Booked it in with Will, and you notice the rest is documented well and truly on YouTube. Go and check it out if you want to. And it stayed there for a couple of months being repaired. Now, the payment. So the fault with the car was one injector, which I know you'll know, I've repeated that plenty of times, one injector. The ECU was also at fault, which meant we had to buy a new ECU. Now, the only place you can buy a brand new ECU from is Audi themselves. So it was a big job, and obviously to do the injector, the engine had to come out. And again, a lot of people saying, Cav, don't you think that's a bad design fault with Audi to build a car? And it's stupid, really, it is a bloody stupid, but they built a car where the injector is at a point in the engine that the engine has to come out. That's ridiculous. But I think the reality of having a huge V8 engine under the bonnet of a car is there isn't much room, and if you want to do major repairs on a V8, then generally it's not unheard of that the engine's got to come out. So it ain't ideal, but again, it's just one of them things. So engine out, injector was done. We tested all of the other injectors, they were good. We replaced a 141, and the front end had to come off the car. Seriously big job. We then discovered the ECU was broken, so we replaced the ECU as well. We run it at stock power for a little while. We then retuned it to stage 2, which is what it is now. And it took a long time. And the cost, this is the bit you're all here for, isn't it? Everyone's like, Calvin, just shut up, stop talking and tell us what the bloody bill was. I'm not going to tell you that, because another point that I want to make is I bought Will a private number plate, yeah? And I know a lot of you probably have seen that video. one of my viewers mentioned in, I don't know how, I don't know where this comment was. I saw a comment one day and someone mentioned that they'd seen this private plate, W111 VRS, Will VRS. And I was like, it stuck in my mind. I thought, I've got to buy that plate. I don't know who that person was. If you are that person, make yourself apparent in the comments below, please, because that was your input made me go and buy that plate. But I bought a plate, and a lot of people said he's blatantly just bought that plate just to sweeten him up to get him to do the work on the car. At the point where I bought that plate, I'd already paid the bill to fix the car. Okay, so when I went to collect this car and I handed over that plate, Will had already had his money for the repair works on the car. So there is absolutely no way that I bought that plate to sweeten Will up on the bill of this car. Before, I don't know if that sunroof's affecting the noise in here, I don't think it is. Something else I want to make a point of is, before I dropped the car to Will, BMW's broke down. Oh man. Sorry mate, I had to do that. So that's really harsh. Before I dropped the car, got it covered to Will, I said to Will, listen, do not look after me on this job. Don't feel like you've got to look after me. This is a seriously big job. I've got to take up one of your ramps in your workshop for a long time. I do not expect any favours, and he does look after me. Literally everything I take there, he looks after me. We've got a really good relationship, and it's a very two-way relationship. It's not either one of us doing more. It's a fair relationship, and I've built up quite a good relationship with Will. And he said, well, Calvin, to be honest, yeah, he was grateful. I'll put it on the ramp, it'll be a proper job, and it's going to cost a fair amount of money. Whilst it was there, like I say, we've done the ECU. You lot are thinking, Cal, get to the point. ECU, injector, tested all the injectors, 25 hours of labour or something like that. We've done wheel balancing because the wheels and the drive shaft and everything had to come off the car, so we've done wheel balancing. We put spacers on because I wanted them done as well at the same time. Performance spark plugs, they're very well known for suffering on spark plugs, so we replaced the spark plugs as well to like some crazy ones, I don't know what they are. So we've done that as well. We serviced the car and put K&N air filters in the boxes under the bonnet. Right. Brilliant. So many people spot this car. So the total cost of the bill at VRS was £3,600. That's how much it cost me, and I'm fine about it. I'm absolutely fine about it. A lot of people have asked me, Calvin, has it affected your feeling about the car? Not at all. Like when, you know, like naturally when you get your new car, you're excited about it because it's happened within a week of me owning it. That excitement was still there. I was still, the whole time it was at VRS getting repaired, I was just like, I'm still excited about getting in the driver's seat of that car and driving it. And when I got it back, when I eventually got it back, obviously we've done the Armatrix pipes and stuff. This car, I don't know what to do, see? And it come back a better car. And since I've had it back, I've done, I don't know how many miles in it, maybe 1,000 miles. I drive it every day at the minute. And it's been brilliant. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It drives perfectly. It's just a great car, like performance-wise, looks. You see the attention. Everywhere it goes, people look at it, and it really is a lovely car. So I'm well happy with the outcome. And like I say, it was quite a lot of drama on my social media, and as much as that's a huge negative, it is a little bit of a positive as well. It's a big talking point. Calvin's bought an Rs6 and it's broke. You know, it ain't a good thing, but it is quite a good thing because it's enabled me to get a lot of content out of one broken car. So yeah, I'm happy. It's finally sorted. I think I've covered everything. Is there anything else that you want to know? Probably. But if there is, just hit me in the comments below, yeah? I hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, hit like. If you've got any thoughts or any feelings on this car, because I know a lot of people said, oh, I would have gone round and sorted him out if he'd have sold me a dodgy car, I don't care who it is, whatever. Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious to know what everyone thinks. It's quite it's quite a touchy subject. Also, if you've bought a car from a car sales, let's quickly mention that. If you bought a car from a car sales and it's gone wrong, you bought it on retail terms and it's gone wrong, let me know. And if you bought a trade car, like you're in a trade or you bought a car from an auction, and it's gone wrong as well, if you've been in that situation, let me know your thoughts. How did you feel when you bought that car? Because I think, like I say, I'm fully okay about it. I've bought cars from auctions before and they've broke in the car park. I'm absolutely fine about it. And I think that's pretty much the point with this car. If you buy a trade car and it goes wrong, it's cool, isn't it? You took that chance when you bought it. So yeah, let me know, right? I'm gonna go because I'm nearly at work now. Thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate your time. And hit like, yeah? Hit like, trust me, just do that for me, man. It just helps me a lot. Hit like if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in my next video, alright? Bye. In the next episode of Diary of a Car Trader, doing some bits to the M135i, including replacing the steering wheel. I'll see you on Wednesday at 6 o'clock.